The hand hygiene policy was published by NSW Health at 2010 by Clinical Excellence Commission in order to supersede the hand hygiene section of Infection Control Policy. It lists out the procedure of specific hand hygiene practice required to minimize the risk of patients, visitors, and staff acquiring a healthcare-associated infection, and when should this staff perform hand hygiene by either washing their hands or use alcohol-based hand rub during patient care. The procedure takes place before every treatment. Before touching patient, the hand hygiene equipment must be easily accessible. In hospital, normally can be attached to patient bed. In another context, it could be in treatment room, chair, ambulance, carried by staff, etc. The procedure is related to all healthcare workers, including nurse, unit manager, heads of department, non-clinical and unit manager, hand hygiene program coordinator, trainer, and observer. The intervention being implemented in one of the 5 moments. Moment 1, before touching the patient or the patient's surrounding. Moment 2, before performing an aseptic procedure. Moment 3, after a body fluid exposure risk. Moment 4, after touching the patient. Moment 5, after touching the patient's surrounding. The procedure includes the use of alcohol-based hand rubs, antiseptic hand wash, and surgical hand scrub, and related information. Also, the checklist for the hand hygiene audit is provided in this document. The anticipated outcome of this procedure by following the compliance requirement of hand hygiene, particularly the increase of compliance rate and increase on volume of hand gel used. At the same time, the rate of associated virus infected disease should be reduced. The procedure is supported by the following research paper. Final report of the NSW hand hygiene campaign. Before campaign and after the campaign, there is a significant decline in NSW rate for MRSA infection detected in ICU sterile sites. In another research paper, the following graphs show a hospital that correlated healthcare-associated infection rate with the hand hygiene highest rates. After introducing carbon, this hospital has reduced ventilator-associated pneumonia, theater-associated bloodstream infection, and associated urinary tract infections. Similarly, there is a graph showing impact of hand hygiene on incidence of MRSA and nosocomial infection. By using the procedure, healthcare professionals can decide what to do and how to do it, deciding who need to be informed and consulted for hand hygiene training and audit, and then evaluating the outcome of the decision. In addition, hand hygiene guidelines from World Health Organization and CDC can act as a supplementary of this procedure, because this guideline also cover the area of background, normal bacterial flora on the hands, transmission of pathogen by hands, skin reactions related to hand hygiene, model of hand transmission, religious and cultural aspects of hand hygiene, and also the patient involvement in hand hygiene promotion. Finally, there is always some easy way to let the other people to understand more about the hand hygiene procedure.